Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Grim Reaper Gamers ReaperCast. The Grim Reaper Gamers are a 25 and over gaming community with members spanning the globe, playing games across all genres, but our roots remain in first-person shooters. Bring your thick skin, drink a choice, grab your controllers. GRG members are on nightly with official community nights every Wednesday. Hello, Reapers, how the hell are you? I'm Johnny Hustler, and once again, we have a ReaperCast. It is episode 44. We're getting near 2 years on this son of a gun. That my co-host tonight didn't think we'd get past 10 episodes, so that magical 10th episode.
10 episodes was high. I was saying 3.
Yeah, that's what you thought, but here we are, episode 44. So let's, without further ado, go around the horn. We got a 3-man crew tonight, along with me. Next to me here, although you can't see anything, why the hell do I say next to me? The grimmest of all Reapers, the man, the myth, the tomato, Lala Calamari. Jack, how the hell are you? What you drinking? What you playing?
I wouldn't get that red if my staff and GRG members behaved and listened to me. So just want to point that out. I'm doing quite fine. Right now I am drinking Bass Ale, one of my standbys. An easy drinking beer. It's just, I love it. I drink it any time of the year. Right now I'm playing Battlefield 1. Playing some Destiny, and occasionally I fire up WoW. So
very nice. In the third spot, a newer member. You've been around a little while.
Yeah, a couple weeks.
So we got a new member spotlight tonight for once. He goes by the name of Omniscient Shark. Shark, how the hell are you? What you drinking? And what are you playing?
Not too bad. Thursday's my Friday, so feeling pretty good that I don't have to work for the next 2 days. And unfortunately, I forgot to pick up any good beer, so choices were Sauvignon Blanc wine or Busch Light, and I opted for the wine for now. At least until I get drunk enough that I won't mind the taste of the Busch Light.
That's a plan.
And then Battlefield and Destiny getting on for the occasional raid.
All right. My end of the woods here, I am drinking, as usual, the Kincaider Brewery, local Nebraska brewery, Jalapeno Ale. The old standby, it seems, these days. I was just coming to Shark a little bit ago before you got back on in warm-ups, Jack, that I've got like 24 bottle caps here from the same damn brewery, so I might have a problem.
You might have. It's not a bad
the only dissenting bottle caps in his pile were because they were out of the jalapeno one, too.
Yeah. So
now, is that a hot beer? Like, I've never had a jalapeno before. A jalapeno beer before.
It's not terribly hot, but it does have a little bit of a burn to it, especially right around back of the throat. You know, I mean.
What about next day?
Next day? Well, I mean, we're not talking like a Taco Bell like colonic. Actually, not too bad, unless I've had way too many. If I get 6 to 8, yeah, then I might be sitting on a burning ring of fire. But that's about the only way. I got to drink way too many of them. If I'm drinking my usual 3 to 4 casual, kick back, relax, throw Battlefield on, which by the way I've been playing lately. That's been the most of it, along with watching the Cubs in the World Series.
Who?
The Cubs.
Is that that has to be a mistake.
The best team in baseball. Put that in the books.
No, I'm kidding.
Put it in the books?
Put that in the books, baby. So, I haven't really played much else besides Battlefield. Maybe a touch of Ark, but Battlefield's been taking my time. Got to get back into Destiny. We'll talk a little more about what's going on in the clan here shortly. But first, let's talk to our member spotlight, the Shark. He is online here. He's brings some unique qualities to GRG. But first, let's get through the standby questions. First,
I can tell you one of his unique abilities in GRG. He's actually been pretty successful in leading the potatoes of GRG through Destiny raids, which, if getting GRG members to do anything is like herding cats. So that's kind of impressive.
Well, all right. I can't take too much credit because I don't think with any of the learning groups we've necessarily finished a raid, but we've at least gotten to Axis which is the final part of the raid, the last boss of the raid. So that's not bad.
For this group, that's finishing.
Yes, that's finishing.
Yeah.
That's finishing for this group now. You're going to have to change your tag to Potato Whisperer if you keep that up. But on the subject of game tags, Omniscient Shark. Where the hell that one come from?
All right. So I don't know where I got it originally, because this is kind of a recently new one. I just thought it would be funny to have Omniscient, like an all-knowing, and then I was originally making this account for Reddit. So I wanted Omniscient and then like a really unassuming animal. So I'm not going to say what I chose. I don't want people to stalk my Reddit account, but it was Omniscient and then some really unassuming animal, think like rabbit or chipmunk. Obviously, it's neither one of those, but something like that. For some reason, to me, that just sounded hilarious to think that there was an all-knowing, really dumb animal out there. And when I changed my name on Xbox Live, and I was thinking of a new Twitch moniker to go by, Omniscient, the animal I had chosen for my Reddit account, was too long. And
got the 16 characters.
Platypus?
Yeah. And honestly, I just picked Shark because it fit, and then it just kind of stuck.
So you're a fan of the Left Shark from the Kate Perry video, right?
Oh yeah. That's totally
from.
That's a custom emote in my Better TTV Twitch channel for sure.
Oh yes, the good old Left Shark. Been a while since we've heard from him. Okay, because when you said unassuming, I was thinking, how did you get unassuming with sharks?
Right, that's
Jaws.
why. Yeah, Shark was a oh shit, what I want doesn't work, whatever, just insert something random. There you go, it fits. Let's take it.
All right, so next question. How did you find this happy little patch of taters?
Funnily enough, with my Omniscient random unassuming name on Reddit, checking I believe it was the Fire Team subreddit on their Monday Night Clan posts, I was scrolling through, saw a post for GRG.
Oh, yeah.
And here we are.
Team. Destiny stuff, that last Destiny push we did.
Yeah, that was, whenever I joined, a couple weeks ago. 3 weeks?
A couple weeks. That's probably been about
a month?
What was that?
Yeah.
August? That was before not Taken King. The latest, Rise of Iron.
I don't remember last week. I don't know.
It was right
September.
around the release. I think it was probably...
push was around early September, so probably early to mid-September. We were doing most of our pushes for that, because...
It would have been right around release, because that's when I would have been looking for people. I think I started prepping for ROI maybe a week before it dropped, and I hadn't touched it in since I played Taken King for 3-4 weeks, and then hadn't touched it until a week before ROI.
So we're looking at about a month. So that might make you the quickest from sign up to member spotlight on the cast.
Hey, I'll take it.
I'm not sure. I'd have to look that up, but I think
is that a good or a bad record? I don't know.
I don't know.
It's this show. Who the hell knows? All right. So, what is the earliest gaming memory? First gaming experience. What is the earliest gaming memory you have? This is how we age ourselves in GRG.
Yeah. Okay. So, I think it was Super Mario Brothers 3, but I think it was also a little outdated at that point.
Oh my god, that really makes me feel old when we're not even talking about the first Super Mario.
Yeah, I remember my dad had the original Nintendo because he would play The Legend of Zelda, the very first one ever. I never got the privilege, but you know what? Super Mario 3 did come out on the original Nintendo too, though, didn't it? Or did it not?
Yeah, I think it did. I think 3 was the last Super Mario on the original Nintendo. By the way, that is just really cold. My dad had the original Nintendo and had Zelda.
Well, I mean, they had me when they were relatively young. But also Duck Hunt. I remember playing Duck Hunt too, because I remember having the gun. my first console that like was for me and not for somebody else that I just got to play growing up was probably the Sega Genesis. And of course, with that, you get Sonic, and I think there was like an X-Men game that I was really into. I was still too young for the Brutal game, so I didn't get to experience the Mortal Kombat.
God, Genesis was my third console.
I mean, it was technically my second.
I started off the original Pong, the little box thing, then the Atari 2600, then
26 was
NES,
my first.
and then the Genesis. But I'm an old fucker.
2600 with the wood grain look. That was my first, the old school 2600.
To match my mom's station wagon.
Yeah.
Wood grain paneling.
Only ever seen him in pictures. Never got to meet one in person.
Good Lord. That question makes me feel old once in a while, guys. All right, so
I'm sure you've had worse answers than mine. Come on. Like more recent answers than mine.
Well, thank God we haven't had my first console was the Dreamcast. Oh, fuck. Damn.
Nintendo 64, I'd be like, yeah, all right. I'll let that one slide.
All right, so we've got what your first gaming memories are. What is, name one of your best, one of your favorite ever gaming moments.
Oh, okay. I don't know if I can narrow it down to a specific moment, but I can probably narrow it down to a specific game. And it's not really going to be something you'd expect necessarily. But when I first started streaming regularly, we had stumbled across this game called the Jackbox Party Pack, which you don't know, Jack. It used to be a trivia game. I'm sure a lot of people remember
that
it.
one. Yeah, that one.
So it's by the same makers, and they made like just a pack of 4 or 5 games that you could purchase and play on your Xbox. And the cool thing about it was you used your phone, or you could use your phone as the controller. So how they would set it up is you would purchase the game, pull it up on your TV, and then it would give you a room code. And then you would go to the jackboxtv.tv website, enter that specific room code and a username, and everybody would put in the answers and play from their phones, sitting around the couch together is what they were going for. But then they found out that it became, a pretty popular streaming game. So for Jackbox Party Pack 2, and then most recently Jackbox Party Pack 3, which just dropped a couple weeks ago, they're adding like more and more streamer-friendly options. But the reason I would say that is because that is honestly where the bulk of like 90% of my viewership originated from on Twitch. And through that game, I've attracted some regulars and people that I wouldn't just call like followers or viewers or whatever, like friends, like real friends that mailed each other stuff. And, we always talk about how the day was in the Discord and everything. Like, it's really cool just to see that game bring people together like that and know that, these friends stop by my stream every week just to hang out and talk to each other, talk to me, catch up, see what's going on in each other's lives. It's a pretty cool feeling, Cool.
And that actually kind of guided me right to my next area of questioning, and that was gotta make it sound like Law and Order. That is, you have a fairly popular Twitch stream. Compared to the rest of us, you have a fairly popular. I mean, let's face it, you're like fucking kind of funny games compared to the rest of us. I mean, as far as you
guys are making me blush.
No, you've got a pretty cool stream. I've dropped in once. I had a chance to drop in a couple weeks ago. I had the game on and wasn't really gaming, so I popped in to the stream for a few minutes. Didn't have a whole lot of time because then the game started kind of heating up, and then I started yelling and cussing a lot. So,
having Twitter warfare.
Hey, I have not gotten into Twitter war for a while. Not because I haven't tried, but hey, I call out stupidity. Anyway, so go ahead, plug your channel here. But you do mostly the Jackbox stuff.
Actually, we've kind of I still try to do it once a week, and I still really enjoy it. And it'll probably be a little bit more now that the new pack has dropped. But we've kind of branched out. Like, that's what I mean about developing this group of like friends. With my it's not a lot. Like, maybe 7 to 10 regulars that try to make it to my stream at least once a week, usually multiple times a week. But we've actually branched out and like purchased copies of games that we want to play together, like for each other. Like I've bought games for some of my viewers, like Rocket League. They've tossed me some games. Like there's this game called Half Dead that we've been playing too occasionally. Super Fight we've been trying to get into. They actually just gave that one away free with Loot Crate too. Tabletop Simulator. We're really enjoying Tabletop Simulator for sure.
Okay. What's Tabletop Simulator?
So essentially, it's like a virtual reality tabletop games that you can play chess and stuff, but it's not like you can actually set scripting on it. But the cool thing about it is it's physics based. So if you can turn off scripting and you can just like pick up the pieces and put them wherever you want, you can make illegal moves if you want. So it's like playing, in real life, but just on a computer. Tabletop Simulator,
I've heard of that, and I about the sidelight there, but I've heard of that.
Oh yeah, no, you're fine.
I kind of like tabletop stuff myself.
Yeah. And they kind of have like kind of a small group of core games, but the cool thing about it is it's open to the Steam Workshop, so mods, and they have a mod for literally any game you can think of. If you can think of a board game, it exists. One of my favorite board games that I played in real life with my friends is the Game of Thrones board game. It's kind of like a cross between Risk and... oh god, I don't even know. Let's just call it a more complicated Risk.
Okay.
Like a crazy more complicated Risk. And I was like, there's no way they're going to have this on here. And sure enough, there's a mod for it where you can play it. Like any board game, I guarantee you there's a mod for it on Tabletop Simulator that you can download for free.
H2 should probably check that out. The way he is.
It's super fun.
I just got a tabletop game that I'm going to try out this weekend, the Star Wars Rebellion, based off of the old PC real-time strategy. They got a board game now, and the kids and I are going to try that out.
Oh, that sounds cool.
May actually play that during Extra Life, but stream that out. But all right, real quick, before we see if Jack has any questions, plug your stream.
Oh, sure. So same as my name on here, on Xbox, on Twitter, everything, Omniscient Shark, all one word. I know omniscient is a shit word to make people spell out, but just Google it. Omniscient Shark, anywhere you look.
Well, and GRG, come on. I mean, we got he posts plenty. He's in Discord. You see his name plenty. So, all right, Jack, you got a few for him.
Yeah, I do. Any other hobbies besides gaming that you enjoy?
Yeah, I would. I guess disc golf. That's like the only activity that actually kicks my ass outdoors and makes me want to walk around a park. It's just because it's kind of low impact, and I don't know. It's just really it's just walking around a park for an hour just throwing frisbees. It's pretty fun. I usually try to go like once every couple of weeks. I kind of slacked off this past summer and turned into a bit of a homebody, but.
So do you have the different type of discs for each?
Oh god, yeah, I've got.
Okay, because
you just accumulate them over time. Yeah, it's kind of more like you see one that you think you'll like and you pick it up. There are different ones that you can use for different different kinds of shots and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get that extreme with it. I mean, all in all, I probably have like 12 discs, and like each group of 3 of them probably does the exact same thing, just a little bit differently. It's just I'll try this one for my fairway driver, or this one for my distance driver, or whatever it is, and then I usually end up sticking, with the one I end up liking. But yeah, it's not a bad activity. It's definitely way cheaper than actual golf. Other than that, you know what? That's pretty much it. Video games and disc golf.
Any upcoming games you're looking forward to? Now that we got over the major ones, I'm not sure if there's anything else this winter, maybe in the spring.
I played the Titanfall beta. It was good. I don't know if it's different enough for me to want to buy Titanfall 2, because I really, really, really enjoyed the first Titanfall, but its gaming lifespan for me was relatively short. Like, I think once I got to the max level, and I'm pretty sure they had some sort of like prestige system, kind of like Call of Duty had at the time. I think after I like prestiged once, I was kind of like, well, that's it.
Yeah, I'm not even going near Titanfall. I'm done
So
with
I
that
mean,
shit.
I'm hopeful but skeptical. I'm probably not going to get Titanfall at release. Probably going to wait. Other than that, I am super bad at fighting games, but I am super into comic books and superheroes. So, and Injustice was like the only fighting game I was ever interested enough to stay with it long enough to get kind of good at. So Injustice 2, which I believe should be dropping in spring of next year, if all goes according to plan, as long as it doesn't get pushed back. Definitely looking forward to that. And then the only one I can think of off the top of my head is Outlast 2. For sure, looking forward to playing that.
All right.
Which I think is also spring of next year.
That's all I had there, Johnny.
That's yours? All right. Hey, good to
Good
get
deal.
to know you. Really interesting stuff. Check out his stream sometime. I did. I even got in and answered a couple questions on that Jackbox stuff, and I'll check it out a little further when the Cubs once the World Series is over. Then win or lose, then I'll have some time after I catch up with
Was there a corn category or a wood paddling category? I mean, you could ace those.
Oh, I would kick ass.
You go to ran the board on that. Alex, I'll take corn for 1,000, please.
Pickup trucks, diesel. You damn right.
John Deere.
I have never driven a tractor in my life.
That's how you commute to work. Come on, that's
It
what
is
Jammer
not.
tells
I got a
me.
pickup.
Closest I got was a riding lawnmower.
That's usually the guys that have been busted on their 8th or 9th DUI around here. Then they drive the riding lawnmower to work.
Although the high school that I went to, my freshman and sophomore year, they actually did have a drive your tractor to school day. Like that was a thing.
Our rural high school had that, but that was like every day. Or at
They
least
had a
that's what I
separate
always said
parking
about
lot for tractors.
No,
and
that
it
was the
a
main one. They had a
cornfield.
separate one for cars. Both of them. All right. Awesome. Looking forward to getting to know you further in GRG. Gamed with you.
Yeah, glad to be here. I'm having a blast so far. I'm
Actually,
getting along with everybody so far.
I was going to say, I've gamed with you several times. I know I've gamed with you in Destiny and the Battlefield, latest Battlefield.
Oh, yeah.
So even as recently as last night, I think. But
yeah. Whatever. Last night or the night before, both. Either or, maybe. Who knows?
All right. Okay, so let's talk about the community nights. As usual, the calendar is on GrimReaperGamers.com/events, where you can see our upcoming events, or go to the main calendar to see all of them. Halo nights have picked up again a little bit. They're kind of splitting a little time with Battlefield, so I think we've got a little lower count than usual in Halo. But
yeah, the shiny pennies hard is really hurting Halo nights. We were getting a lot. Now I think they're getting a couple squads going and running some firefights and whatnot. But
yeah,
it's definitely
a little smaller.
It's still
but,
going. It's still live and kicking.
They're going to come back. As we get about a month or so down the road, it'll be back to the dozen. 12 to 15 that we've normally had. But, like you said, the shiny penny's taken over a little bit, so some of the other games are getting a little bit of a hit. But, hey, Halo is still happening for you guys that are hardcore on the Halo 5 kick. So, every Monday. Wednesday nights are community nights. Battlefield 1's been the main one. We still have had a few fire teams for Destiny that are still doing some raiding. But the bulk, I think, has still been Battlefield. We've had a ton of squads going.
Yeah, Battlefield hit GRG pretty hard. Everybody's been playing it. We're running full party every night. We have 16 people in the game. It makes it interesting because we can't seem to get in the same team, so we get to hunt each other.
Max Xbox Live party size.
16?
Yeah,
it is 16
on the
okay.
latest. Yeah, 16 on last spring's update.
Before the Battlefield nights, I had never had to worry about party size. Never seen them that big before.
We actually have those filled, and I know we have people still playing in the game that can't get into the party. So it's kind of interesting to see that many GRG in the same server. You know.
Well, we're back to games that are unifying the group, and I think this gen has finally circled around back to unifying getting more people into parties and squads than they started out trying to kind of normalize everybody. So yeah, what do we have, about 5 or 6 squads going last night? We had them on both teams.
Yeah.
On the server we were playing on, so at least 5 or 6 squads. We might even had more than that at one point at peak.
Which makes it kind of interesting when you're trying to go for a point. I'm going to go for B, and then you got guys in the other team. Oh, he's going to be on B. I'm going to get his fucking tags. Yeah, thanks,
yeah, we've had a few.
But it is what it is.
But
getting my tags in Battlefield's no braggable feat. It's pretty easy.
I got my first bayonet charge last night. That was fun.
Yeah.
It wasn't a GRG guy that I got, but it was a random.
It's the only way you can get a kill.
No, I got some decent kills last night. I was top of the leaderboard a couple times even. Not because of kills. But
well, definitely not because that.
Yeah, I wish I had made it in time last night. I had to work until 9 EST, and I think after I got done eating and everything, by the time I actually got around to getting online, it was like 11, and most people had moseyed elsewhere.
I got out a little earlier. The all the baseball and shit has been running a little late, so I got off a little earlier than I normally do. I usually hang out for an extra hour or so, but things kind of, I think around 11 Eastern kind of faded the other night.
I think when I signed into Battlefield, there was one person still playing, and I think that was Farmer.
Might have to get a roll call going, see if you got everybody on your list yet too. I mean, that's playing Battlefield, because there's some non-Destiny guys that are hitting that pretty hard too. So, or guys that.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Has anybody heard if they're gonna do a platoon system or not?
I'm waiting for that still.
Still waiting.
I don't know. I have no idea if they're doing it or not. I don't.
Because that's one really cool thing about Destiny. Even people that I don't have on my friends list, I can see in the GRG clan.
Yeah.
And jump in and play with them.
Yeah, get in there, get them added. Yeah, and I think they're gonna put in, but it's still delayed. And pretty soon here, I think we're looking at dedicated servers or rental servers, which we're going to be getting a GRG server here pretty soon. So I wanted to add that into our clan info. So be on the lookout for that. Battlefield's going on every night, not just Wednesdays. So coming up on the 28th. We have the PS4 Titanfall launch. Klown, I know, is going to be running some rooms of Titanfall, and I think we got a few guys on the Xbox side as well. They're going to be running on launch night for Titanfall as well.
I expect to see a couple of lobbies going for that. At least one on Xbox, one on PlayStation.
Yeah, so tomorrow night, you'll be saying, well, I guess tonight, by the time you're listening to this, if you're listening on the 28th. So be on the lookout. There's going to be a Titanfall group. And then coming up a week after, the night before Extra Life, the Infinite Warfare launch, which, while I don't know, some of the core guys are still on the Battlefield kick, but we're still going to have some core guys on Infinite Warfare. So be on the lookout next Friday for Call of Duty's launch as well.
I wonder for the Infinite Warfare, will Modern Warfare be available that night as well, because I'll be curious to see what GRG does. Do they go new or they go old? A lot of the guys have been playing Call of Duty forever, and they may go old. I'm sensing the old game may win. But
yeah, and I'm not sure when Infinite Warfare actually drops. I mean, if they're going to delay it a little bit to get everybody playing Infinite Warfare, Modern Warfare Remaster may be a little delayed. I don't think there's been a hell of a lot of information about that.
No. Also, one other event on Tuesday nights, Texas runs Destiny Reset Night, and he either attempts to do a raid or runs Nightfalls and whatnot. So we'll be getting a few groups with that going on Tuesday nights.
And also be on the lookout this weekend, because there's a lot of word going around in the forums and on our Discord server that there's going to be some raids going on this weekend as well. So for those,
I'm going to try to piece together a raid this weekend. I'd like to get through it. I still haven't, so.
Yeah, if anybody needs help, I've got a few completions of the raid, and I have all of Friday and all of Saturday off. So outside of some of my dedicated game streaming hours, I'm down to do whatever. So summon me in Discord, summon Omniscient Shark on the forums. I'm always down to help.
All right, let's talk about some gaming news coming up. The first and foremost, probably going to be the last time you hear from me on this. Extra Life, November 5th, 8 a.m. Usually we're starting up the Extra Life group. We're going to be trying to go 24 hours. Some of us will split it up a little bit. Shark, have you heard of Extra Life?
I have heard of it. I am signed up for it. I am part of GRG, and I've raised $7 so far.
Hey, all right. So, if you're in the Ohio area, you might want to find Shark and find Shark's page and donate to his children's hospital. If you're in the Nebraska area, donate to mine. Go to the forums at grimreapergamers.com/forums to find the nearest hospital so you can donate. We got 10 days, roughly, until not quite 9 days until Extra Life. So great cause, great charity, and we have a hell of a lot of fun doing it. So we're going to be playing Battlefield, maybe some Infinite Warfare for some of the guys. Definitely some Destiny going on. Who knows, maybe a little low-level rating to get guys like me caught up.
I am going to try to do all of mine in a 24-hour block. So if you want to see Omniscient Shark really pissed off and half out of it, I'm trying to do mine, I think, 10 p.m. to 10 p.m. so I can keep a regular sleep schedule.
Mm-hmm.
So tune in the 5th at like 8 p.m. and I guarantee I will be so sick of whatever it is I'm doing. It will be hilarious.
So you're going to be running about 10 p.m. the 4th through 10 p.m. the 5th?
Correct.
Okay. All right. So that's good to know. Check the forums. We're going to start getting our blocks listed as far as who's gaming and how they're splitting it up and everything like that. So I'll definitely see you during probably late on Saturday evening. And I think I'm going to split mine between Saturday and Sunday because as we found out with the game systems, I am considerably older than you. I need my beauty sleep.
Oh,
you
I
need
took
a lot of beauty sleep.
I
took Sunday off of work too to catch up for it, or to catch up on sleep. So I'll try to jump into yours on Sunday. I won't be doing anything.
Yeah, I'll be there late evening too. I'll probably run till about 1 or 2 in the morning, and then I'll get on about noon again on Sunday to wrap things up. So
I'm feeling really springy. I'll try to stream Sunday too, but I'll try to get to yours for sure. Definitely.
Yeah, all right. I'll be streaming at various times too. I haven't decided my streaming schedule yet, but all right. So a little bit of news gaming front from the Microsoft event. Now this was mostly about Windows, but they did throw a little bit of Xbox stuff in here too. This was yesterday, the 26th. The first one, we talked about this when Microsoft bought them out. Beam.Pro integration is coming in September of 2017 with the September update to Xbox and Windows 10. The Creators update is what they called it. So this update to Windows is going to be really geared towards creators, whether you're creating content for Beam.Pro or if you're creating like 3D modeling and stuff like that. You know, they unveiled all the new Surface stuff, and a lot of that stuff's really tackling the graphic design area with the new Surface stuff. But Beam.Pro integration is coming to Windows and Xbox spring of 2017. For streaming, have you ever tried Beam on that, or have you stuck to Twitch?
I've stuck to Twitch personally. I've looked into Beam and thought about it because, I mean, you can stream to both at the same time. I'm not sure that my computer can handle it. I would hope it could. But, you know, I could stream simultaneously to both. I haven't quite made the jump yet. I know the lag is supposed to be extremely reduced on Beam, but it's substantially less popular than Twitch at this time. And they say it's scalable, but I remain skeptical. I hopeful, but skeptical.
So far, from what I found, it is less latency. I don't know if I've seen as much scalability yet.
Right, yeah, we won't know until it, tries to or becomes popular enough to rise to a similar level as Twitch. That's going to be Judgment Day.
Well, having Microsoft behind it's going to help.
I think the only way they're going to be able to do something like that is to buy out Twitch. They need that user base because right now they're competing with Twitch and competing with YouTube Gaming.
Well, Twitch was bought by Amazon, correct, or are they just partnered?
Partnered up with Prime.
Just partnered up with Prime. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, going head on head with those other two, it's going to be very hard for this to actually build a standard audience, I think. I don't see that it's going to be as popular, other than just being easy to do right from your Xbox or from your Windows, your PC. Since it'll be built right into Windows, you'll have it built in.
Now, the kicker with Beam is going to be interactivity, because what they have is like you can put up polls and stuff and have interactivity there. That's what seems to be Beam's niche, their gimmick, if you want to call it that. I could see them getting bigger than YouTube gaming. Let's face it, you're going to have a hell of a time taking on Goliath in Twitch. Yeah. And there's ways, you can use Restream.io to shoot out to all of them, and that actually keeps your bandwidth and CPU normalized while the Restream site does all the pushing, but I don't know how well it does the integration.
Well, that sort of integration with polls and stuff is, really cool to have in the actual site itself. Any mildly popular to super popular streamer is going to have they're going to be running guaranteed at least one bot, probably multiple bots that can do all of those same things and more with more customization.
I think the difference here will be this will be a lot easier for computer illiterate people to get going and run that.
Definitely.
So
that's definitely where Microsoft was going with this.
Of streaming.
Mm-hmm. That's where it looked like. I watched a lot of the conference with Microsoft, and it looked like in general, not just with this Beam stuff, Beam integration, but that's where they were really going with everything. Surface, the Surface, Surface Pro, which is or the Surface PC that they're doing, which is going to be the kind of a cross between Mac, the big iMac, and the Wacom tablet that you can draw on and everything. They're really looking to make it easier for content producers and making content easier. So that's where that's where it looks like this spring update's heading. So.
Oh yeah, I mean it was titled Creator Spotlight, wasn't it, or Creator something?
Yeah, Creator Spotlight or Creator Spotlight, I think it was. But the other thing that came in which was kind of off the creator scheme a little bit, is that Arena and the tournament creation in Arena is coming in 2017, probably around that springtime area. At least that's the plan right now, although they weren't quite as committed to that as they were Beam.Pro integration for spring of 2017. But Arena, which has been long talked about, is coming, and the tournament creation is coming in 2017.
Should be awesome.
Yeah, that'll be kind of neat. Way to get your group together, create your own tournaments, make it a little bit easier on there. Looks like they're trying to make it all one stop within the console for everything that gamers like to do.
Yeah, well, GRG, we do a lot of tournaments, and it's one of our things we're kind of known for. It's one of the better events we do. I'd be curious to see how this works. Because we run kind of simple tournaments where it's just usually like round robin, just one night events. Mm-hmm. But this might be kind of interesting if we do something with the Forza Horizon, put some sort of like track time stuff on it, and something can take place over a week or two. It might be interesting to see how that works. So
the way they talked is preview program may start showing some of this off late this year, maybe or late this year, or at the beginning of next year.
Once again, this is like something that's simple to set up and get going. I was watching the video for this, and she clicked on tournaments, named it, picked the game, picked the style tournament is, and like who's going to be invited, whether it's a friends only thing or if it's going to be an open to Xbox Live thing, and you can approve people. So it's really simple to build in. So I'll be curious to see how to use it. We'll definitely try it when it comes out.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Put something for GRG through it.
It's interesting how they're trying to make, the Xbox One and where it kind of flopped initially at the E3 presentation, the first E3 presentation for it. It flopped initially was that they were trying to make it the whole entertainment hub and didn't really focus on gaming. And now it looks like, with the focus still on gaming, they're looking to make it your gaming entertainment hub now, with the streaming abilities, with their own Beam.Pro, with Arena, with looking for games groups, with gamer groups like we have now with the latest update.
I think that definitely probably has a lot to do with after the kind of lackluster release of the Xbox One in terms of PR. Didn't they end up firing like a CEO or somebody that was in charge of that, brought in somebody new?
Yeah, Don Matrick left, and Phil Spencer took over.
Yeah,
and really
Phil Spencer.
Things have gone more gamer-centric with Phil Spencer.
Oh, yeah. That definitely props to him. They've been going more in the right direction.
Yep. Yeah, it's become for the gamers again, where Microsoft really focused and shined before. So, all right, speaking of releases, Titanfall 2's release is tomorrow, the 28th. As we said before, you're going to see lobbies going on. Klown's running PS4 side, and we'll have some guys on Xbox. We'll definitely have a lobby going there. So, Titanfall 2, tomorrow night. It's here.
Yeah, you know what's kind of interesting about Titanfall 2? Not that I'm going to be getting it, but one thing I got to give it props for is that all DLC will be free. So when you buy Titanfall,
cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah, any DLC pack that comes out, you'll get it for free. They're pulling like the same thing Halo and GTA did. So you won't be up behind that paywall. The community won't get split up with download packages, which is a great thing. I'm all for it, and I think every game should do this now. They should get back into the free maps. The map packs just kill any sort of player base. It just splits them up so bad.
Yeah, I agree, and it's good to see them do that, and that's nice that they had something there, because I really thought they were cannibalizing their user base with Battlefield 1 coming out so soon before Titanfall 2, so getting some incentives to get in there, and I'm still kind of on the fence on that one. I want to see kind of what the word of mouth is with some within the community and see how well it picks up, so...
I agree. I'm hopeful that it's going to be good, but skeptical at the same time. Gonna wait and see what the reviews are after it comes out.
All right. Moving on, Call of Duty Infinite Warfare Beta was out last weekend. A lot of us played it. We'll have some thoughts going on, but that beta was out. And kind of mixed reception. We'll talk about that in a little bit. So a little more gaming news. Kind of finishing up gaming news here. Let's talk about the big news from Nintendo. We're going to briefly talk about that because not a lot of information came out just yet. But we now know what it's called. It is no longer the NX. It is the Nintendo Switch. And what this has amounted to is the Switch is between console and portable. This is going to hit both. I guess now their whole strategy is to combine the console business with their extremely popular portable business. So we have now what looks like a tablet that fits in a cradle, outputs to your TV. You have a Pro controller, you have the regular controller. You can take that the Joy-Con, what they called it, has two detachable pieces that can slide off the Joy-Con onto the tablet, pick it up, and you can play a tablet portably. Or you can take that tablet, use them as two different... It's all kinds of... It's really convoluted what they're doing with this, because you can actually have it out portably and have two people playing, because each Joy-Con piece can be its own controller too. So we've seen this. It's unique. It's another... I don't want to call it a gimmick because I don't want to minimize what Nintendo does in the industry, but it's another niche that they're hitting.
It's a gimmick. I mean, that's what they've been doing lately with the Wii, the Wii U, and this will be a gimmick. If they don't have the games for it, people aren't going to go to it. It's hard to compete with Xbox and PlayStation now.
In my mind, I think that this is kind of their Hail Mary, because they know that they've got the portable market on lock. Like that's their thing. That's where their sales are. That's where they're doing best. They know they're losing the console wars, and I think they're hoping that by combining the two while trying to offer the same sort of graphics capabilities of the new gen Xbox and PlayStation 4, they can win back a large enough portion of the average gaming player base.
Yeah, I see them hurting even with the mobile side, because everybody's going now to their iPad, their iPhone, Android phone, and playing that. I think they're almost better off just releasing Super Mario Brothers for Android devices and just Pokemon right there, and just develop their games right for the mobile phones and just skipping hardware. I think they're at that point now. I don't think that they can come back from the Wii, the Wii U, and I don't know if this device is going to bring them back to the forefront.
I don't know about bringing them back to the forefront. I could see this device bringing them into a much stronger third place position than they had. I mean, let's face it, Wii U as third place. Well, I wouldn't even call it third place at this point. I think things like the Steam Link probably beat out the Wii U. The Wii U did a pathetic job. It was terrible. Nobody knew what it was. We have a better understanding of what this is. I think they're going to still get a lot because of the portability. And the fact is that the word is that the portable version of it is going to be 720p. Hooked up to a TV, it's going to be 1080. So we don't have a lot of information except for the NVIDIA Tegra X1 chip. It looks like there's going to be an upgraded version of this, so I would anticipate it's going to be about as powerful, nearly as powerful as the launch PS4 and Xbox One. That's going to be good enough probably for the portable crowd, the people who enjoy the 3DS and everything like that, but it's going to come down to price point and third party. If it's expensive, it's going to fail. If it's $299, I could see this being a decent alternative for people.
Oh, for sure. I think they well established that with the initial PlayStation and Xbox releases, that trying to release something as expensive as they were when they came out is just going to lose you people. Lose you customers.
Mm-hmm. So
I think Nintendo saw that and they definitely recognize that.
Yeah, and we're not going to hit this too hard. There's going to be more information coming. It's going to come in spring. I think March is the target right now if it doesn't get a further delay. So, interesting. Check out at grimreapergamer.com/forums. There is a thread on that. It could draw some interest and, a nice, maybe what the Vita should have been. Who knows? But we will see. All right, let's get to the main topic. Let's talk about the big news, the big info that affects GRG. We do have. Let's talk about first the Infinite Warfare beta. We played it. The community seems mixed, I think at best. I'm going to let Jack go ahead and start off with what you thought.
Well, I think the community really jumped on board of bailing on this title. It's a shame. GRG for many years has been a Call of Duty, mainly a Call of Duty clan, and we've always had it. We played it all year round, run multiple lobbies every night. With this title, I guess for the last few titles, it's been losing its grip with us. And I know for Infinite Warfare, it's the same old, and we're bouncing from this one. A lot of us are kind of just done. I think we're more looking forward to the Modern Warfare remake, and I think a lot of guys will pick that up if that gets sold separately, which is wishful thinking. But as far as the full game goes, I know I played the beta and I stopped. I canceled my pre-order. I just didn't like it. To me, it felt like it was pretty much the same game as Call of Duty Advanced Warfare and Blaps 3. I mean, I know there's differences between those two games, but I mean, it's still in space. It's still got robots. It's got the crazy-ass jumping, all the future nonsense, the shit that I'm sick of, the made-up fake guns, and the overpowered perks. So I think we all kind of hit a wall with that, and this one is just fully embracing it, and I think a lot of us are just done. We're just past all the silliness.
As perspective of somebody who gave up on it a while ago, so I kind of blew off the Call of Duty hype train for a while because I think I tried to play. I think Call of Duty 1 I really enjoyed, and then it was Call of Duty 2.
Modern Warfare 1 and 2?
Or what was it, just Call of Duty or...
There's Modern Warfare 1 and Modern Warfare 2, and that's probably what you're thinking of.
Well, there was Call of Duty.
No. Oh. I'm thinking like Call of Duty. Like,
the original. Oh, geez.
Yeah. I remember playing one of them, and then I think Call of Duty 2 is where it kind of lost me, because I think at the time that was when Battlefield kind of took over from Call of Duty at first, because Call of Duty kind of went down, Battlefield kind of went up. So I actually jumped off the bandwagon until I think World at War is the first time I actually decided to revisit it, because with Modern Warfare, I was still in the whole, the last ones weren't good. I'm not going to jump on the bandwagon. They won me over with World at War. And I played regularly from World at War, all the releases up until I think Black Ops 2 is where it kind of met its demise for me. I played Black Ops 2 regularly, and that was the last one that I ever played.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much the last good one. Well, I like Modern Warfare 3. I forget which one came out, what the order was.
I think Modern Warfare 3 came out before Black Ops 2. Because
Okay.
I think Black Ops 1 came out after 2, out of MW2.
I think Black Ops 2 ran into Ghosts.
Okay.
Was the next one, I'm pretty
So then
sure.
in Black Ops 2, I think was pretty much, I think most of us kind of started getting over the Call of Duty stuff. I think at this point, if you never played the Modern Warfare, you're missed out, because that was such a different game than any other shooter. They totally reinvented themselves, and I think they're at a point now where Call of Duty needs to just scrap their current engine, bail on the engine they're using now, bail on the gameplay, and find a way to reinvent itself and make itself relevant again. They're just right now, this is just a rehash, a complete rehash. It's a mix of Advanced Warfare and Black Ops 3, and it's not offering me anything that I'm interested in.
And it's almost like they took Advanced Warfare and Black Ops 3 and just put it on speed for me. I mean, my God, the jetpack can be spammed to shit. I mean, as soon as your feet touch the ground, it's re-entered. It's replenished. So, you're just, skip, drop, skip. I mean, it's just all bouncing all over the place. And I felt like the maps just had so many choke points this time, and it just fed right into snipers. I mean, I'd turn a corner, bam, sniped. Turn another corner, bam, sniped. Just out. It's just like, I know that they said that they were going to increase the time to kill, but I didn't see anything.
It doesn't feel that way.
No, it didn't feel that way at all. So either they didn't succeed there, or they overpowered the weapons to where time to kill didn't matter, because the weapons were blasting past it anyway.
And I think, and I guess we're going to go into this, but I think their biggest mistake was staying with this timeline, this future timeline, and not going back into like a modern thing. And I think this is where the next thing we're going to talk about, Battlefield, they did right. It's just,
yeah, they went, where, and that's my other problem with Call of Duty right now. If I wanted to play Halo or Destiny, I would play Halo or Destiny, because they do it better.
yes.
Yeah, it was super jarring for me, because you guys had both played the previous titles, so you're saying it's kind of like a rehashing of the last two titles that came out. But, having played Black Ops 2 and then nothing, and then picking up this beta, like, it just felt like the same game, but completely different at the same time. And the parts they kept the same weren't necessarily the good parts, and the parts they changed, it didn't really make it better.
No, it just felt like it feels like the last three titles, maybe even four if you look back to Ghosts, but definitely the last three titles, Advanced Warfare, Black Ops 3, and now Infinite Warfare. It feels like those last three titles, it's almost like, let's see if we can make it even more kinetic.
Yeah,
Let's
make it fast.
more hyperactive, more,
They threw it in a blender and sped it up and mixed everything. And I know people are going to get mad at me for saying, oh, it's not the same as this, not the same as that. But, I mean, to me, I was playing it, and I didn't notice any difference between Black Ops 3. I'm like, this is the same crap. You're dealing with this goofy weapons, the Winter Circle, which I hate the Winter Circle, the cyborgs and the robots and the silly guns. I'm over it. I'm done. And I had enough, and I canceled it. Like I said, if they come out with the Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remake Only Edition, I will buy that. I'll spend $30 on it and buy it in a heartbeat. But I'm not buying Infinite Warfare.
I think I had a little bit more of a playtime than either of you did in it, and I can say that after I personally had played it long enough, because when I first started the beta, I was probably going maybe 2 and 12, insanely bad KDs, just because I'd been out of it for so long. That did get better over time, and the time it took me to get to rank 15, which I don't know, let's call it somewhere between 4 and 6 hours total of playtime on the beta. There were a couple technical issues that I did notice, but I think could potentially be fixable. Chief among them was definitely, at least for the sniper hitboxes, my biggest, that is total bullshit moment was there was a final kill, and it was a no scope snipe where quick scope snipe where he quick scoped, was aiming like left, like about a foot left of the guy's shoulder, and somehow it was a hit marker and a one-shot kill. Like, he hit the wall to the left of this guy's shoulder in the kill cam. So I don't, if it's the actual kill cam video, I don't think that's going to be me personally. Like, they had to have shown that for everybody in the lobby.
Yeah.
Put to the left of the guy's shoulder. Boom.
Well, they brought back the quick scope in a major way, and I felt like the lag compensation was off. I really think that they've been screwing up with this game, and it's hard when you have a game with such a short time to kill. Any sort of delay on your end, and it's over. You're dead. And you don't even know it. Like, you'll watch the kill cam. I was shot 5 times. Well, I only felt one shot in the game, and I'm with a 5. It was 50-50 connection. So I have a pretty good connection up, and I feel like I'm just not playing the same game others are.
It's too the same boat. Yeah, I was multiple times a game. Anytime the screen got a little too busy, that's when I would start jerking and my frame rate would take a huge hit. And then, of course, I would die. Like, whenever it was just one-on-one, the game seemed to play okay. But anytime there was like 2-3 more guys shooting all together on my screen, it just, jerk, dead.
Yeah. Way too twitchy for me. So we're going to have a community. We're going to have, we're going to be recruiting around. We're still going to have a base. I just think that this game is not going to bring us together like past Call of Duties have. So,
and I didn't completely dislike the beta. I didn't like it enough to buy it personally. Like, I reached a point when I was playing it where I was just kind of like, yeah, this is Call of Duty, and yeah, I could probably sit here and just go lobby, back and back for hours and hours and hours, but I'm not really enjoying it. I'm just like playing just to play. Like, it felt kind of like a chore, honestly. And, minor complaint, this is something that'll probably die down later, but holy hell, Terminal, every freaking time it came up, people picked Terminal, and I don't know if it's the nostalgia of it or what. Maybe the new maps suck that bad that everybody wanted to pick Terminal, but like 7 out of 10 games I played were Terminal.
An interesting thing was, I think we have a few people, like Hobbs will still play it, Beers are still getting it, maybe a few others will still be buying it, but in the forums today, Hawk posted up, he's out, which Hawk is a long-time COD supporter
Hawk's
and
a
fan.
Hardcore COD player.
Yeah, and for him to say he's out was kind of shocking.
He was kind of, and he wasn't happy with us. He wasn't happy with us saying we weren't interested when the first trailers came out. So,
no,
to lose Hawk.
And I think we'll go into the next topic. I think the Battlefield is what won him over. So,
and that's what I think has really happened there. So let's go ahead and let's segue over now to the polar opposite right now, Battlefield 1, which we have had some big response to and are going to continue to have big response to for the remainder of the year into next year. Big time difference, because Battlefield 1 goes back to the future, I guess, for lack of a better little cliche to use.
Back to the past.
There go. Well, yeah, but I mean, as far as the future of the gaming, it has gone back to World War One. I mean, that's a that's a big shift, and it looks like so far it's been very successful.
Well, I remember when we first heard about the rumors that they were going to go to Battlefield 1, and we all instantly loved it. We thought it was the greatest idea. Finally get back to standard weapons and go do a different style game. There really isn't a World War I game. It's mostly World War II, Vietnam, Modern Warfare stuff. So with them to follow through and actually do this, it's fantastic. We're loving it. We have guys, like I said earlier, we have completely full Xbox parties running every night. It's 16 people. We have people waiting to get into that Xbox party. It's nuts.
Well, we've seen GRG that have been in other parties in our game, sometimes on the other side. But we've seen actually more. I mean, I think that first week we played, we saw some guys who were in a different party that wound up in our game, in the same game we were in, but on the opposing team. So we had really two parties playing the same dang server.
Which, I mean, obviously I love Battlefield 2. It's great. It's been taking up the majority of my time. That might be one of my very few complaints, is that unless I'm just doing it wrong, it seems like you can only party with enough people to form a squad. So, you can Xbox Live party chat with up to 16, but in game, you can only party with 5 people, because it seems like anytime we got more than that, it would kick somebody out. So if you have games like Conquest where you can pit, 32 people against 32 people, but you're limiting individual player groups to 5, it seems not conducive to what they're trying to go for.
Yes. That's true. And we've seen a lot of cases where it's been easier just to get in to a game with each other, where it shows the featured game on the initial home screen. It shows featured game, and it says, Lala Calamari, Omniscient Shark, Wicked Poke, and 10 others are playing on this server. It usually seems to be easier to get into the game first, then trying to get into squatting. And squatting up has really been the real problem on this game so far. So I guess if we're going to throw the issue out first before what we like about it, which we can do easily. Squatting up has probably been the problem, even though we've managed to get a lot of GRG into a game. Sometimes we're on different teams. Sometimes we can't get into the same squads. Sometimes people have trouble squatting up at all.
Yeah, I think there's definitely an issue with that. That's one of the major bugs they got to work out. And I thought for past Battlefield titles that if you were in the same Xbox party, it usually kept the squads on the same team. I remember Battlefield, we never had problems with squads would switch team to team. So say if there was like 2 squads going, we had like 8 people, 10 people on an Xbox party, they would usually stay on the same team round after round. This game, it seems like it switches each game, each match, it throws squads on either side.
I think 4 had a similar problem right at launch. I think it took them a while to fix. I don't think it'll take them as long to fix it on 1 as it did on Battlefield 4, but that Battlefield 4 launch had some similar issues, maybe not as widespread, because I had a game, I think it was the second to last game I played last night, where I was in my squad and all of a sudden dumped from my squad, and I had to switch teams again and rejoin my squad.
Yeah, and then also with the squads, what Shark was saying, it's frustrating when you're playing the map, but the one with the train, the 3 points, I forget the map names, and like when the other team gets the train, you kind of want to get rid of that thing as soon as possible. Well, 9 out of 10 times, most people are just hiding in buildings, sniping, ignoring it. And I've seen games that one team was clearly winning lose because they just ignored them, the train blowing everything to hell. Mm-hmm. And it's hard when you don't have a full team actually working as a team. But that's Battlefield. That's the way it's been, and it's a shame. Oh, yeah. It's the one.
I lucked out in that regard because honestly, my favorite thing to do in Battlefield so far, and I'm sure this will change the more I play it, but right now, my favorite thing to do is to go assault class, go anti-vehicle, and then whether it's a train or a tank or a car or whatever it is, just blow the shit out of it. Like, I love taking my rocket gun and my anti-tank grenades and just messing that shit up. Like, that's my fucking gun. Shit right now.
Yeah. Well, that's pretty much like a thing now. We got our ass kicked a couple games the one night because we were just ignoring the train, and we were clearly up. It's like 500 to 300, and the next thing you know, we wound up losing the game. It's like, what the hell? So a lot of guys pretty much said, if that comes out, focus fire, bring that train down ASAP.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And you get 250 points for killing it. So that'll guarantee your team a win. You're already winning, and then you get that extra points. So we wisened up. We actually got smart, which is odd for GRG.
Well, I think here's where this game really plays into GRG's hands, and that is how you don't have to be the KD leader. You don't have to have the best KD ratio to be on the leaderboard, to be in the top 5. You can do well playing objectives, and that is one thing. If we get ourselves organized and get that into our heads, that is something we can actually do. fairly well because we don't need a high KD ratio to pull off the objectives. So.
No. One of the other good things like about Battlefield, we're just loving this title. It's fantastic.
Oh, it's great.
Is the maps? I think I like every single map except for the one that came with the beta. I think that map sucks. It sucks out loud, and I hate it. And
that's the desert map, right?
The desert map. It's garbage.
Sinai,
it's a piece of
Sinai
shit.
Desert.
Yeah,
Sinai
it's garbage.
Desert,
Every other map is great. I mean, some of them are better than others.
Although I have found
enjoy
Sinai
them all.
pretty nice. Sinai is pretty nice for taking out vehicles. I don't know what the deal is. And maybe it's just me. But
is Sinai included with this initial map batch? Because I have not played a single game on that map that was in beta at all. Like, since the launch of the regular title. And I've been playing since maybe like a day after it launched. I haven't played a single game on the beta map.
Didn't we get it twice in a row last night?
We've been seeing it. I mean, not often, but you see it comes up.
Honestly,
in rotation.
I really don't like that map. I'm going to put that one as my, second worst, my second least favorite. My least favorite is, I can't remember the name of it. It's that really short, also deserty kind of map, but it only has 3 cap points.
I love that map.
That's probably my least favorite.
Oh, you know
honestly.
what? I got my map switched. That one, it's not Sinai. It's the one with the 3 points. That's the one where I do really well at taking out vehicles. Where I can get the high points and get my rocket gun over the ledge, and that's where I have the best luck taking out vehicles.
Okay, I can see that.
That's probably one of my most favorite
it's
maps.
all just like personal differences in play styles. Like, I'm not necessarily saying it's bad. Just for me personally, it's my least favorite.
Yeah, that's probably one of my most favorite. I enjoy that one the most. It's a lot of action, a lot of
GRG roll over the board, no consistency.
Oh yeah.
Where the hell?
That's what makes it great, though. Hell yeah.
The one that gets me is
we're consistently bad.
I like the map, but it makes me tired after playing. Is the one where it's on the mountain and you're always running up that mountain.
I love that map. I absolutely love that map. I'll tell you what I do like, but it's really a challenging map. Probably the most challenging map for me is that forest map where C is on the tracks, and I don't have the names down yet.
Oh,
but you
God.
have the two mountain or the 2 high hills on the sides of C, and then otherwise
you want to know how to play that map? Ignore C. Fuck C. If you have like E and F or D, E and F, whatever it is, skip C. Circle all the way around, take A, come back up and take B. Don't take C at all. If they have it, whatever, let them have it. Take every other cap point except for C. It's way easier because it seems like everybody always, like the main center of the fighting is always around C.
Mm-hmm.
You can sneak around to, if you're on the side that starts with like EF, DEF, whatever it is, sneak around to A with like 2 guys. I guarantee you'll take it. Guarantee.
Yeah.
There you go, folks. Some strategery from GRG. I do like C for the pure chaos in there, but yeah, it is a bitch. And I like the trenches in A and B because that's where you can really choke out some. I mean, I think I got like a triple kill at one point last week on that, which for me that's like scoring a perfect score on the ACT or something, for my abilities.
That's the other beautiful thing about A, too, is if you're on the other side and you come around to A does have that entrenched machine gun that points straight back at their spawn. So even if they start spawning at their whatever spawn base and coming towards you, you've got that entrenched machine gun and you can just mow them down. I've gotten at least 5 kills, 6 kills within a span of 20, 30 seconds of people trying to prevent us from taking A by running at us from their spawn.
Oh, I need to run with Shark more. I might get my game to mediocre. Might get the game to mediocre. I might get my skills up there to mediocre if I keep running with him. Shit.
I think it's the other way around. This is the first Battlefield game I've played since, God, probably Bad Company.
Yeah, but you're talking strategy and skill, and that machine gun goes back to the spawn and everything. Shit, I'm all Leroy Jenkins and charging up C.
Hey, you know what? That's way better than being a sniper on G and trying to shoot people over at A. Like, fuck that shit.
Well, at least one nice thing about Battlefield is they don't have the Peyton Manning Memorial throw from D to A for the grenades. I mean, my God, it feels like Battlefield 4 initially, before they patched it out, seemed to be a lot of people lobbing those grenades across the map. But
and
overall,
one other thing,
yeah.
Oh, one thing that I didn't notice personally, because I never played Battlefield 4, is something I saw people talking about online, is the adding of the when you're in a plane, the animation for switching seats to slow down the switching of seats. Apparently in Battlefield 4 there wasn't an animation, so it was super easy to just pop between seats in a plane and like pop to whatever and gun somebody down and then pop back to flying it. So they slowed it down a lot from what I've read of other people's opinions, and it's actually way better now.
Well, I would have to get in a plane with somebody besides Kenny Dad and have him
disaster.
fly more than 10 seconds without running into the mountain. So my plane experience hasn't been great.
Yeah, I couldn't figure out how to fly one. I'll have to go and see if I can do that, like on the side. But it's nice not having helicopters circle strafing around and blowing the shit out of you. So
have we had
Towards the
Tex
end of
get
the
into
beta,
a plane yet?
have you what?
Have we had Tex pilot a plane yet? I want to see
No.
what happens.
Towards the end of the beta, that's kind of what I was resorting to, is just flying planes, and it was, oh my God, it was so fun. Like once you get it down, so fun.
I've been tail gunner, which is pretty fun, but I've had a couple of experiences where my pilots run into the mountains. So
I don't know if maybe it's just because I was out of practice or they nerfed mobility on the bombers, but I can definitely not do as crazy of things and whip the bombers around as fast as I could when I was playing the beta.
All right, so Battlefield, it looks like, has really captured GRG by storm. We'll see if Titanfall takes a little bit of that base out, or at least there's a little more splitting of time between them.
Yeah, I think people will start to branch off. I think we've been pretty much every night since the release of Battlefield playing Battlefield every night. I think Titanfall might grab a night or two. Destiny will still grab us playing that. But we are going to be getting a GRG Battlefield server for a few months. We're going to probably fire one up for at least 3 months, see how that goes, and then go through go from there at that point.
Thanks, Spikes.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to make sure I throw up a little fundraiser thing so he doesn't have to pay for the whole thing.
Oh, yeah, that's only right. And I'll kick in. I'll kick in. I'll definitely chip in and help him out there. I mean, that's...
And if he gets any extra money, they can throw it to the site because, hosting fees.
Well, who knows? Maybe he needs a little more money for that Charger car payment too, but...
For gas and tires.
Yeah, has he spun out the tires?
Oh, yeah, he says he needs a new set.
It's not like Vikes listens to us anyway, so...
Whatever. It'll never be able to do a quarter mile faster than my 98 Chevy Lumina.
Downhill for you on that Lumina? Or
right. Yeah, if I'm going downhill and he's going uphill, I think I could probably stand a chance.
Like straight down 90 degrees?
Oh, yeah. We're talking like an 85-degree angle at least.
Thelma and Louise, that son of a bitch. Just right over the edge. Lumina. Oh my God.
Hey, whatever. It cost me $2,000. It's lasted me like 6 years, so I'll take it.
There you go.
Hey, that's reliable. I had a friend that had a Lumina that couldn't kill it to save his ass. But anyway, that's another show. So, Battlefield's gonna be big. Battlefield's gonna be big throughout. I mean, a lot of us got premium already.
Yes.
Even though we usually hate season passes in GRG, that one. The Battlefield Premium Pass usually delivers. I mean, they usually give you a lot of shit for the money. I mean,
well, I was kind of hoping that they would follow suit with Halo and Titanfall and GTA, but people still buy the premium, whatever. I wound up getting it so I can bypass any sort of queue. Since you get into a premium queue, I'm like, fuck this. If it's going to be like the first week it's come out, I want to be the first in game. I don't be waiting in the queue. So
oh my God. It's so hard. Like I think Battlefield, especially with the early enlister edition and the premium pass, is like the perfect example of do what I say, not what I do. Because I think we all agree that we shouldn't be pre-ordering and we shouldn't be paying for these premium privileges because that's going to make it the standard. And if that becomes the standard, then we're all just going to be out of more and more money all the time, and none of us want that. But at the same time, I remember having a conversation with Lala about this. Like, we're weak. Like, we're weak, and we bought the early enlister edition. We wanted to play it that 3 days early. We knew we shouldn't, and we did it. We did it anyways. Like, do what I say, not what I do.
You know, the only reason I didn't was because I had plenty of time left. You know, I'm not used to watching baseball this far into October, so so I've been watching a lot more baseball. So I still had time left on my EA Access trial, and they did open up the whole thing. Now we'll see if they let that happen for the next Battlefield or Battlefront. Star Wars game where they let you have the full game after the early enlister edition comes on. So I got the whole, you know, I got all the time for it. So that's the only reason I did not do early enlister, because you all were still playing. But going to be a great game for quite a while, for the months to come for GRG. So
yeah, I expect this to go for. It'll probably be our main multiplayer game, GRG Community Night game for a while.
Yeah, it will be. So
like for the next year, like I other games will come and go, and we'll supplement the nights with it. But I think this will be a keeper for everybody.
Ghost Recon might be the next one to challenge. We'll see.
That's co-op, so I don't know.
That is true. That's true. That is co-op. So anyway, let's wrap this up. So. Want to welcome new members into the clan. We have had some new members come in, Shark in the last month or so, and several others have come in here recently. So welcome to GRG. Don't game alone. Look us up. We got parties running, especially for Battlefront or Battlefield, and some Destiny raiding going on, especially this weekend. So
I know one of the ones I can think of off the top of my head. I think Captain G Money is somebody that came in like shortly after I did. And he's a good guy, played a lot of Destiny together. He needs to invest in a box of tissues, but other than that, great guy.
Yeah, we've got several others too. You know, we got Captain Killer. We got some new guys that started Big Tree I played with the other night, and Munoz, another one of the other guys. So
and Rebel Heart, right?
Rebel Heart came back. He was out for a little bit and came back.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So,
and he was a PS4. He switched to Xbox.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, all right. Next show is recorded on November 10th. So we'll have that in a couple weeks here. We'll have a little wrap up on stuff. Facebook page, facebook.com/GrimReaperGamers. Also in the forums at GrimReaperGamers.com/forums, and Twitter, grgamers with a z.com, spell out dot. We're also on player.me and Twitch. So, want to thank everybody. Shark, thank you. Great guest tonight.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it was awesome to be on. If you guys ever need a spot to fill in the future, think of me. I've got Thursday after 6 off usually, so I'm willing to fill in if need be.
All right. So, a reminder, check us out on iTunes, on Google Play, on YouTube. So, this is for Jack and Shark. This is Johnny saying, stay safe, have a good week, never game alone. Good night, everybody.